How did Harry get a visa? The Heritage Foundation demands to know. Prince Harry is facing calls to have his US visa application made public after a request was submitted to release his papers following his admission to taking drugs in the past. The appeal comes after the Duke of Sussex admitted taking cocaine, cannabis and magic mushrooms in his autobiography Spare, which was released earlier this year. America's Heritage Foundation is now calling for Harry's visa application to be released so the US taxpayer can understand whether the royal declared his drug use. The Conservative think tank's director, Mike Howell, said, "This request is in the public's interest in light of the potential revocation of Prince Harry's visa for illicit substance use and further questions regarding the prince's drug use and whether he was properly vetted before entering the United States." Strict laws surround America's immigration policies with harsh penalties for anyone caught lying to officials. They include deportation and being barred from applying for citizenship. Hundreds of Brits are banned from the US over their drug use. In 2019, Brit Isabella Brazier Jones claimed she was banned from the USA for 10 years after admitting to snorting a line of cocaine 2 years prior. The 31-year-old said she was immediately thrown in a jail cell and made to wait for 24 hours before being shipped back to Britain. The Heritage Foundation argues if immigration officials did know about the royal's drug use, Harry's case raises questions over whether he was given special treatment because he's a prince and his wife is a TV star, which they insist would be illegal. In response to the Foundation's calls, a US State Department spokesman said, "Visa records are confidential under Section 222 of the Immigration and Nationality Act. Therefore, we cannot discuss the details of individual visa cases." In January and during his Spare book tour, Harry spoke about his drug use, revealing that he first took cocaine at 17 while out on a shooting weekend. He also admitted to hallucinating during a celebrity-filled event in California and smoking cannabis after his first date with Meghan Markle. During one promotional event, Prince Harry told Dr. Gabor Mate marijuana really helped him mentally, but taking cocaine did nothing for him. According to a legal expert, Harry may find himself in hot water and lose his rights to live in the US for being too honest about his past drug use. An admission of drug use is usually grounds for inadmissibility, former federal prosecutor Niyama Rahimini says. That means Prince Harry's visa should have been denied or revoked because he admitted to using cocaine, magic mushrooms, and other drugs. Romani, president of the West Coast Trial Lawyers, adds that there's no exception for royalty or recreational use. According to Piers Morgan, the Duke of Sussex may have jeopardised his stay by admitting his drug use for health reasons. The talk show host, who makes no secret of his cynicism over Harry and Meghan's claims, said Harry has barely finished the global family trashing tour in support of his treacherous family trashing memoir. Inevitably, he's decided the world hasn't heard quite enough from him yet. So Harry's latest wheeze is a live therapy session with Dr. Gabor Mate, a famed trauma expert, in which he reminded us again that he, Harry, is the world's biggest victim. In some instances in the past, however, British nationals like Harry have been barred from entering the US over drug controversies. In 2014, Nigella Lawson was stopped from getting on a US-bound flight following her admission during an unrelated trial that she'd previously taken cocaine. Piers Morgan continued that Harry should avoid boarding a plane to the UK for the King's coronation in May if he doesn't want to risk getting stuck on the way home. Another compelling reason why we don't want them at the King's coronation. We may end up being stuck with them for good.